of Raspberry Pi 3, you may want to look at the Canakit Ultimate Starter Kit. I ordered mine via Amazon, and it arrived in a couple of days, nicely packaged, with all the promised parts inside. Let's take a look inside. We have an HDMI cable, the GPIO reference card, a breadboard to build your circuits on, resistors, LEDs, etc., ribbon cable, various jumper cables, heat sinks, an SD card reader to plug into your PC if you don't have one built in, the GPIO breakout board to connect the Raspberry Pi to the board. There you are. A case for the Raspberry Pi. There you go. It's clear. Ventilation holes. 2.5 amp power supply. And of course, the Raspberry Pi. Oops. And a micro SD card with Noobs pre-installed. This is your operating system. Look, here's all your parts. I'm going to set apart beside the breakout board. We really don't need that right now. Now, for your first setup, you're going to require a display. I'm using a television set with an HDMI. You can also use a composite video connection, but you're going to need some adapters for that. I would go with HDMI if it's at all possible. And since we're using Noobs, by default the Raspberry Pi will output over HDMI at your display's preferred resolution, even if there is no display connected. If you don't see anything on your screen, or using RCMA composite output, press 1, 2, 3, or 4 on your keyboard to select HDMI preferred mode, HDMI safe mode, composite PAL mode, or composite NTSC mode, respectively. For keyboard and mouse, you're going to need something, of course, to connect. You can simply use a standard wireless USB keyboard and mouse. You can also use a wireless keyboard and or mouse. Keep in mind some of these take a lot of power, so you may need a powered hub. For this video, I'm using a Logitech K400 wireless keyboard with a keypad. This one. I like using this because it is excellent for using as a media server It's got a television. I mean, it's perfect for it. I can go over another review of this later at a later date. Okay, the power supply comes with a power supply. If you're going to be mobile, I would suggest you to get something that outputs at least 3 amps. At least. Now, not all the portable little power supplies you get for powering a mobile do that, but some do. I can suggest some in the later data also. Okay, so let's get ourselves ready to go. First things first, open it up, make sure you de-shockify yourself before you touch anything. You don't want to get static discharge. Okay. Let's get out our heat sinks. I mean, it's stunningly obvious which one goes where, right? Big one there. Bear with me. I think it's nailed on. I know. And small one there. Okay. Let's dig out noobs. Use my teeth scissors. There we go. There we go. Installed. Pausing for a second here. Back again. Let's get this baby into the case. In. There we go. All boxed. Ready to go. Now we require power supply, HDMI cable plugged in, and I'm going to pause again and aim my camera at the screen so you can watch it boot up. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So, let's fire up our display. Television on. Power to Pi. Should be on HDMI 1, I hope. And here it is. There you can see it. Firing up. Now we have to cook up our keyboard. I've got a little USB dongle in here. I'm now plugging into a USB port on the Pi. You can see. Which it has found, as you see. And we're going to put in Raspbian. Put to the side. Raspbian and install. Warning, this will install. Yes, that's correct. That's what we want. And we're booting. Gives you some information, as you can see, as you're cooking along. Desktop works just like a conventional PC, which is absolutely true. I don't know if you've ever used Linux. As you can see, it has Python and Java development environments. Python is very interesting. You can write many programs in that. I will go over that in another video series. You can use the Raspberry Pi for a lot of scientific applications, believe it or not, as well. I actually use it for astronomy, for doing astrophotography, which I will also go over in some other videos. Pretty slow. I'm going to give it a pause for you so you don't have to watch all this nonsense. Okay, we're just about down to the end here. Operating system installed. I'll hit OK. And it should boot, in theory. Here it is. There we go. Now I want to do one final thing. I want to expand the file system. There we go. I want to do a rasp dash config. Here. Oop. That was silly me. There we go. So we want to expand the file system so you can use all the SD card. Okay, so it's already done. We won't bother with the password at the moment. And let's overclock. Can't be overclocked. There's an error running. Okay, that's fine. So we're good. Finish. Okay, so we're happy. Let's get out of here. And that's it. You got yourself a computer. Thank you.